My blissful gorgeous selves, I am leading you into the deep meditation of Lord Sri Hari in the words of sage Kapil. He is educating, enlightening his mother Devahuti. Lord Kapil says, as soon as you are successful in taking the collective view of the Lord, now begin to master your concentration on each limb of His wonderful form. When you are tired chanting the mantra, meditate on each limb of the Lord. Then your holding power to the Lord is diminishing. When your holding power to the Lord is diminishing due to limited purity, you must whisper. And when you see your inner impurity is extending its territory, and in the form of boredom or remembrance of worldly work, it is not letting you even to whisper and sing, then read and listen to the discourses. Listen to the scriptures. Now listen my CDs, okay? Now let us meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, my dear friends. Sanchintayet bhagavatas charanaravindav vajrankushadvajasaro ruhalanchanadhyam uttungaraktavilasannakhachakravala jyotsnavirahatamathridayandakaram. First of all, my dear friend, meditate on the both soles of the lotus feet of the Lord. They are adorned with the marks of bolt to break mountain big piles of sins of the meditator, and a good to subdue a God, okay? God to subdue the elephant like bulldozing puffed up mind, and a flag and a lotus blossom as a symbol of offering one's heart to the meditator and having victory upon the dangling state of the heart of the meditator. His nails are tall, red, moon round, okay? They are light, dispelling the thick gloom of the heart, occupying since millions of years in your heart. Meditate on the lotus feet, meditate on. This alone can lead you beyond the relativity, beyond your sub and unconscious mind, my dear friends. Then go beyond and beyond and beyond. And when you touch the last point of your imagination, then suddenly you are transcended and you see the real lotus feet of the Lord. By His own grace He is revealed. Until then you have to use your faculty of imagination. Okay? Yachauchane srita sare pravarodakena tirthena murtyadhikrite na shiva shivo dhyaturmana shamalashayela nidrinna vandrao dhyaye chiram Bhagavadacharanaravindav Dhyayechiram Bhagavadacharanaravindav Now see his lotus feet. Its small water is holy Ganga when fell on the matted locks of the hair of the Lord Shiva. He became blessed all the more, which is the source of all sacredness, which is invincible, absolver of all evil patterns of mind. Continue, my dear, meditating on those lotus feet of the Lord Almighty. Janandvaya jala jalo janaya jananya Lakshmya khilasya suravanditaya vidhatu urvo nidhaya karapallavaruchishaya samlalita ridivino ravavasya kuryat. Now meditate on the knees and shanks of the birthless transmigration terminator Lord, which are gently massaged by goddess of fortune Lakshmi Devi, the lotus-eyed mother of creator Brahma Devi, who is adored by all the celestials with her shining sprout like hands, and placing them on her thighs in the form of Srivatsa. Lakshmi Ji occupied his heart and personally sits by the feet. A wife must have two qualities, love and service, my dear friends. This is how a husband is controlled and not otherwise. Lakshmi Ji is very proud of her fragile and dedicated limbs, but all her pride vanished as soon as she touched the Lord's lotus feet. It became reddish and soulful. Her heart sang. Since then, she just fondles them with the shades, shines and energies of her fingers and palms. Okay, so see the Lord where beauty, delicacy and perfume are intense. There He is. See Him, visualize Him in your inner Anahata Chakra. Uru Suparna Bhujayo Radhisho Bhagana Ujo Nidhi Atadika Kusumava Bhaso Vyalam Nipita Varavasa Sivartamana Kanchi Kalabha Pariram Now see the linseed flower-like shining, powerful thighs of the Lord borne on the shoulders of Guruji, my dear friends. See His rounded hips encircled by a girdle nestling on the exquisite golden silk, covering them, extending up to his ankles, my dear. Naviradao anako jangodarandao yandradmayo nidijana kilaloka badmao vyudarin manivridandanayor munja dhyayedayo vishadharamayo kagaurao. Now see at the center of the Lord's belly, deep pool-like navel, from which sprang a stem and a cosmic lotus blossom which upholds all universes, even the planet, as well as the life of Brahmaji and all beings. Now see his nipples resembling a pair of most excellent emeralds which look whitish due to reflections of the rays of the milk white pearl necklaces around his chest, my dear. Vaksho divasam rishavasya mahavibhute punsam mano nayana nirviti madadano kantho jagautu vamare radhibhushanartho kuryan manasya kinalo namaskritasya. Now please see sky white, ocean the broad, chest of the Lord, the abode of all devotees, and Lakshmi is well, bringing delight to the heart and eyes of the seer. Now see his cone-shaped neck that beautifies all necklaces that circle around, my dear. Now move further. Bahu chamandara gire parivartanena nirlinga bahu alaya nadilokapalan Shankam Jagandharadharo Ruvarajahanso. Now see the Lord all forehead, protector of all directions, ornaments of which were burnished by an evolving Mount Mandara during Sagar Manthan event, my dear friend. It keeps reminding his kindness. Now see his 1,000-spoked dazzling discus Sudarshan Chakra and his swan-like snow-white Panchajanya corn looking so beautiful is seated on the red lotus-like palm of the Lord. Kaumudaki Bhagavato Daitam Smareta Dibdhamaya Kardamena Mala Madhuradavaru Dagiropa Gushta Jaya Janandamala Manimasya Kante. Now look at the Lord, beloved Kaumudiki mat. It is often smeared with the clot and blood of the monsters and persecutors of his own devotees and the righteous people. His garlands with humming swarms of bees and dazzling Kaustubhajam representing every soul's original spirit, my dear. Mridyanugam vidane agrita murte sanindaye bhagavadao vadanaravindam yan vispuran magaragundalavalginena vidyodina say the most beautiful countenance of the Lord, materialized purely out of compassion for his own. His prominent nose, crystalline cheeks reflecting alligator-shaped earrings, my dear. Watch his lotus face. Yadrining ejamalike marisevyavano. Mudhyadvaya mudila gundala vrinda yujnao Meenadvaya drayamadindri padam janedrao Dhyayet manomaya matandrita ullasadru. With utmost alertness, please enjoy a conceptual sign of the Lord's face, adorned with curly tresses, lotus-like eyes, dancing eyebrows, resembles swarming with bees, my dear, with pairs of fish throbbing, okay? That's how it looks. तस्यावलोकमधिकम् कृपयाति घोर तापत्रयोपशमनाय निनृतमग्नो स्निग्धर्मिदानुगुणिदौ विपुलं प्रसादौ ध्यायेन्निरौ now watch with devotion his ambrosial glances, frequently cast out of compassion by his eyes to soothe the three kinds of physical, mental and calamity-caused agonies of mankind, my dear. His natural lookings are heightened by loving smiles and abundant grace. समरे रवनताऊं खिल लोक तीव्र समरे रवनताऊं खिल लोक तीव्र शोकाद्रुसागर विजोषणमत्युदारो सम्मोहनाय रजितो निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य. Now see the most benevolent smile of the Lord, which drives away the sea of tears of intense suffering caused by your personal problems, your heartbreak and headbreak and so many unwanted events and problems, my dear. Look at the beauty of his arched eyebrows. Their beauty is challenging enough even to fascinate the god of sexual desire for the pleasure of the hermits, my dear. Look. ध्यानायनाम्राजितं बहुलाधरोष्ण भासारुणायितधनुर्निजकुन्दभङ्गि ध्यायेद्वदेयकुहरेवसितस्य विष्णोर्भङ्ग्यार्द्रयार्पितमना न पृथक् दिदृक्षेत्. Steeped in love, full of devotion, now see in colorfully lit, illuminating cave of your heart that Lord Vishnu Narayana is now laughing, my dear. He is having a big belly laugh, showing jasmine buds like rows of his small, bright white teeth, appearing rosy by profuse crimson splendor of his lips. My dear, devoted exclusively to the meditation, desire no more to see anything else, my dear. Come to this point. Then your heart melts, senses thrilled out, joy explodes, and you are bathed in tears of happiness. Do you know? The former discourse depicted this entire prosperity of life is on a sale. Yes, indeed, it is on a Deepavali sale. The cost is already said. Tulsi dalamatrina jalasya chulukina cha vikrinite samatmanam bhaktebhya bhaktavatsala. Do not intend to get it free of charge, okay? That's too bad a habit, my dear, indeed. Lord says, just offer me just a tulsi leaf, not your money, not your things of home. Just a tulsi leaf and handful of water, and that's all he wants. But added to it, your feeling, your love. and the whole empire of America is all yours. You will be happy, far better than a sovereign and emperor of the whole world, my dear. A great saint Hari Baba once approached Achyut Muni and requested with joint palms, Holy Sire, do me a favor, please glue my mind with God. The saint stood up and yelled at him, Oh damn it, Harry, you are getting lazy. You are trying to get it all free. Wanting things free of charge is a very bad habit, dear. So the Lord says, do offer something, please. As soon as the correct offering is made, then only following the above course of meditation, you develop so much love and happiness that tears of devotion flow non-stop. Thrills after thrills come and ecstasy spreads so much that your mind suspends in the beauteous vision of the Lord Sri Hari. Fishing reed is no longer required after fish is caught. When oil is consumed and wick is burnt up, the lamp is extinguished. Exactly just like that, mind evaporates and the transcendent expands, transcendentalizing everything, everywhere, my dear. Nirvana mrichati manasa sayatharchi. There is a specific smell when a ghee flame or candle is extinguished. A person who is going to die soon cannot smell it because mind is extinguishing at least in degrees in some field. State of nirvana or enlightenment is both a colossal death and resurrection in external life. Okay? Just one after another. Okay, so all the distinctions start dropping off. Oblivion in divine intoxication happens so highly. Okay, God's touching, God's talking, God's embracing becomes so rapturously involving that you do not remember whether your body is seated, standing, walking, or dead, like one drunk to the brim. No longer knows whether the clothes are wrapped around his loin or dropped away somewhere on the way. Deham chatam na charama sthitam utthitam va siddho vibhajyati yado dhyagama swarupa daiva vedamada daiva vashada vedam vaso yatha parikritam madira madanda deho pidaiva vashaga khalu karma yavat swarambagam radidami chataeva sasu tam sambravanjamadiruda samadhi yoga swapnam punarna bhajate pratibuddha vastu. Body survives along with senses till the entire course of destiny is completely gone through. While this process is still going on, the enlightened, God-intoxicated saint never considers his body and related person, place and objects as his own. Exactly as an awakened person no longer identifies with his body, home, family member, and legal duties seen in his dream last night, my dear. Okay? Sarvabhuteshu jatmana sarvabhutani jatmani ikshetananyavavena bhuteshu iva tadatmadam seeing oneself in all beings, and all beings in oneself, see oneself permeating all, encompassing all, just like one fire assumes the sizes and types of all fuel, so also one's pure self, the Atma, appears as mammals and oviparous and animals and sweat-born creatures and a sprouting garden and harvest and the forest. This is your own glory, your own prosperity. Just enjoy all of it, my dear friends, okay? Now Mother Dehuti ji says, Dear son, reveal unto me the more secret mysteries of devotion, the Bhakti Yoga, having which one rises above complex entanglements. Mother, Kapil Dev ji said, the devotion is always nine-symptomed, okay? What are those, son? Mother, they are listening, discoursing, includes singing and dancing and music. And the third is remembering. Okay. Each one has 81 varieties with their qualities according to the people's mode of peace, mode of workaholism, or mode of inertia. It diversifies in 27 extra kinds. Even Jnana Yoga and Raja Yoga are not apart from devotion, the Bhakti Yoga. Yoga means union with the embodiment of bliss. Bhakti means loving madly, intensely. Love always expresses itself in service, my dear. Somebody has service of playing music, and other one has cleaning the floor, still the other cooking in the kitchen, still other massaging feet. If each one of them try to convert others to do the same, his kind of service, the following, okay, those many damages will follow. Mainly original DNA-based potency will be confused, and new efficiency in a new job will not be gained. Secondly, you are committing terrible offense to your own God. If a cleaner, a cook, a massager will drop their service and just play music service, then the Lord will just have sit on the dirt and starve, okay? Since he would be hungry, he will not be able to enjoy even your great music. So, also when you condemn and dishonor swamis and yogis and labeling them as impersonalists and mayavadis, or try to convert them, then also similar havoc takes place, my dear. Don't forget that, because Lord himself announces in Gita, 4 ways people love me, my dear Arjun. He says, a miserable one, and financially troubled one, and those who are seeking the truth and enlightenment. Okay. Chaturvidha bhajanti mam jana sukritinorjuna ardo jigyasarardharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. And he declares, Jnani tatmaiva me matam. The enlightened ones are dearest to me, he says. So, Shankara, Lalla, and Gaudapal, and Patanjali, and Zen masters' ways are also a way of loving God. It requires background to understand them, my dear friend, just as a devout fundamentalist Christian or an Orthodox Pathan or Sunni Muslim have no grounds to understand the Hare Krishna's way of loving God. So also a Hare Krishna with Western origin have no ability to understand the way of loving of Dattatreya, or Jad Bharat like Avadhut and Paramahansas. So it is the most important to recognize your original talent and address it to proper service of the Lord. Those who love God with lots of violence, threat and bloodshed for conversion like Constantino, early Christian and Muslim religious leaders are of inertiatic mode. Those who love God for power, wealth and luxurious life, like modern missionaries and non-Vedic self-styled truth seekers, are of workist mode, okay? Those who love God, having scared of their sins and want to be pure and dedicate their actions to God, are a peaceful mode, okay? Each one of them have 71 different types, then multiply by 27 kinds. Among all these varieties, the supermost and finest is Madgunasriti Matrena Mai Sarvaguhashaye Mano Gadiravinyana Gangam Vasumbuddho. If God came to your home and you said, Lord, please wait, make yourself comfortable in my living room. Here is the bathroom and there is kitchen. Use whatever you need until I come back from my church, my temple. And then God says, how funny, how foolish, I have come to your home and still you are so wobbly and ghostly. Don't go away, just be here and now. And you cannot understand. You feel confused. This is the exact situation of religious people all over the world in all religions. That is why everywhere God is being worshipped so glamorously. Yet not only God appears to be nowhere, but a real God-man too appears to be nowhere. Because all are stuck in above either of these and their varieties, my dear friends. Real God loving is then when your feelings stream, stars flowing non-stop to God, not God of outside, but my Sarvaguhashaye, seated in deep recesses of the heart, in the dorsal plexus, in Anahat chakra, in your being, in mystic trance. When the holy Ganga of your love flows uninterruptedly towards indwelling heart residing God within you, just by simple hearing of the pastimes of the Lord, too, okay, that's what is the exact way of real service and real love. Two words are used here in original Sanskrit, my dear friend, ahatuki and avyavahita, which means causeless and unconditional, okay? Salokya sarthi samipya sarupya ekattam apyada diyavanam nigranande vinamad sevanam jana. As his love, his service is also causeless, my dear, and a constant flow. In exchange for this service, the devotees do not accept neither Salokya, residence in Vaikuntha, Sarthi, enjoying power like God, Samipya, living near God, Sarupya, having God-like beautiful form, Sayujya, entering in the form of God. He desires all and every kind of gifts equal to enlightenment. He denies all and every kind of gifts equal to enlightenment. And plus enlightenment. He just loves and loves and loves and serves and serves and serves, and that is his life. And with this power, with this diamond, he stands sovereign and supreme. Jai Jai Joni Karama Basamoko Janam Vidhata Dehi Tata Rasika Raya Raghunandana Tumhi Milo Sanehi Barvidhi Koti Nakarayatana छिन छिन यातन छूटे मेरी तेरी लगन लाड़ी ले जय जोनी कर्म बस मोको जन्म विधाता देहि ताता रसिक राय रघुनंदन तुम ही मिलो सनेही for paying off my karmas wherever, whatever life forms the destiny maker puts me in. It is all fine with me. All I want, oh beloved mine, let there be events that we unite together, exchange glances, and if you can afford, my dear, if I deserve, give me your ambrosial embrace. No matter how big killer pain, dreadful suffering attacks me, all are just fine with me. All I beg you a boon, a word that let our tie, this string of togetherness never break, no matter what. This is the blossom of life's flower. By performing one's duties with uncommercialized, non-selfish motive, along with doing worship daily and beholding, adoring, shining prayers and offering obeisances to the deities in the temple and doing all kinds of religious activities. This is the fruit. This is the goal. This is their objectives, my dear. It is compulsory to introspect and watch inside and find out whether you are growing in feeling. It is honest way to respect who are more advanced than yourself. Bestow your mercy upon those who are less advanced. Make friendship with those who are on equal footing. Associate with those whose level of consciousness is high. Okay? Study the Galactic Chronicles. Listen my discourses and join congregational chanting often. Drop ego. Be simple. Feel headache looking at complicated people and worldly talkers. Okay? When you make your lifestyle this way, just by listening once, this discourse kindles a flame of devotion in your heart, just like perfume mounts the chariot of breeze and enters the nostrils, then steps down into the heart. Same way, your feeling rides the chariot of Bhakti Yoga, then only it embraces God, and the historic event of Christianization takes place, my dear. Kapil Devji reminds, I am seated in the being of all as the very self, the very consciousness. Therefore, if you shun people off, if you yell or holler or disdain others, and fight with others like dogs and cats or enjoy seeing others doing same, then you have no spiritual future, my dear. You are just another hypocrite rascal. Kuruter cha vidambanam. No matter how rich it is, your worship, travesty of worship, it is all garbage, just a junk, and some new reformer is coming to condemn you all down. Okay? Situations are on the way to make you leave the dust, to smash your ego, to smash your belief. So come out of it, my dear friends. Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatmavasthita sada tamavagyaya martya kurutercha vidambano yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu santamatmanamishvara हित्वार्जां भजते मौढ्यात् भस्मन्येव जुहोति स Dushata Parakaye Ma Manino Vinnadarino Bhudeju Vandasvairasya Namara Shanti Mrinjade. When you worship me in an idol or church or mosque or synagogue or gurudwara opulently, yet go on hurting people, you are a big impostor. As the Father hath loved me, I loved you, and so ye love one another. So said even Jesus Christ. According to the law of karma kanda, offering oblations into the burning fire produces great merit, spiritual power. But offering it on dry ashes produces nothing. So also when you worship God in the temple, or gurudwara, or church and cathedrals and mosques and synagogue, or anywhere, along with honoring Him, visualizing seated in the heart of all people, then only you get the results. The Lord says, people who are pumped up wearing glamorous religious dresses hate me, residing in the being of everybody, hold malice and grudges for others, although doing rich and attractive offerings in temples and cathedrals. And may they be builders of huge historic temples. May they be attorneys like sermoning evangelists and religious leaders of United States of America. Or may they be makers of killer groups like the fundamentalists, crusaders, converters of all of them, Islamic fundamentalists. But then if you do that, namanashtantim richate. Never find peace of mind, rather turn more restless, empty within, and as time passes, the inner turmoil becomes unbearable. You explode drastically in lunacy or piteous death, my dear. And death will not be the end. There is life after death. Life and so many lives. The tortures will continue. Inner torture will reflect outer torture. The situations will be created in which you will have to torture over and over and over. Not a single moment for peace. So watch out, my dear friends. Don't darken your future. Come out. Don't be a terrorist. Come out. Be a peaceist. Okay? Because whenever your head hold grudges for others, for his being kafir, being infidel, or being mlecho, or being heathens or mayavadis, or not acting your way, or even for his being mosquitoes or flies or serpent or ghost. The hatred-born violence exists in your own heart. Malice grows inside you, and when that stink is filling up your inside, how can love and devotion for God may find place in there, my dear friends? Once a 16th century godman, Sri Vallabhacharya, was worshipping inside his room. A tycoon came and sat outside with intention to donate a huge amount of $1,000,000. He made lots of noise counting them. When Godman appeared, he said, "Sir, your gift is not acceptable." "Why, my lord, why?" Tycoon exclaimed with great worry. "Because," Vallabhacharya said, "their sound, their echo have reached many ears, so your gift has turned second-hand and stale. Excuse me, take this away, please. My baby Krishna accepts only fresh and secret and unpublicized offering. Thank you very much, but please get out of here." Okay. This is described in an ancient book called Affairs of 84 Vaishnavas, 84 Vaishnava ki varta, my dear friends. Look into that for details, okay? One must keep on worshipping me in the image. Again Lord Kapil Dev says, in the deity in the temple along with doing your duties until you become enlightened. Enlightenment is then when you are able to realize me as present in your own heart as well as in the heart of all people regardless of race, color, nation and religiosity. Archadavarjetavadishwaram mam sukarmagret Yavannaveda swaride sarodeshosida. Do not bring your belly, your business between you and the others and see the miracle. You will levitate, fly and enjoy. The whole world then belongs to you. As soon as your belly rose its head, your stomach raised its voice, Udarabheti bhayam yatasya. The distinction comes, fear comes, then the death will grab you sometime. You are already dead long before death gets you because of fear. Fear of survival problems, fear of losing prestige, fear of losing money, fear of tax evasion, pride, and and fear of contemporaries. Okay. Mm, the competitions. Atmanasya parasyapi yah karotyantadarodaram rasya vinnadrisho mrityurvidadhe bhayam mulbanam. As a matter of fact, if you are not enjoying moment to moment the bliss of your true self, you are already dead. You are carrying the load of a corpse. But this corpse gets alive. How does that happen? Athamam sarvabhuteshu bhutatmanam gadalayam arhayeddanamanabhyam maitriya bhinnena chakshusha. You must discover all bodies of all beings as portable, transcendental abode, where my divine pastimes are continuously going on, my dear. This peacock, this cuckoo, this sadhu, this tree is a temple in deeper recesses of his being. I am doing great many charming leelas. Therefore, start offering gifts, give donations, distribute something or other to everyone you see who comes to you, whom you go, whom you see. If you cannot afford, just offer respect. If even that you cannot manage, then act friendly. Even that your narrow heart cannot make it, then see them as part of you. This is how you propitiate me in my world form. Well, dear Lord, thanks a lot for your view, Mother Devaki said. But if I have to deal with too big a crowd, thousands of people every day, whom shall I propitiate first, since all are you? Well, then greet them according to their physical superiority. Who is superior to whom, my Lord? Living beings are superior to inanimates, trees, fish, bees, serpents, crow, and multi-footed, four-footed, two-footed humans, then they are bigger. Among humans, followers of Varnashram Dharma are superior, okay? Among them, the wise men are superior, Brahmins are superior, and among the Brahmins, knower of the Vedas are superior to them. And among them, and those who understand the meaning of the Vedic humans are superior. Among them, Mimamsakas are superior. Among them, Uttar Mimamsakas are superior. Among them, those who are uninvolved in worldly affairs are superior. Among them who are uninvolved and renunciant and unsocial are superior. Among them who are a reason in the divine ecstasy of God intoxication for 24 hours are the supreme. Okay, one must honor them accordingly, my dear. Then Mother Devahuti said, Son, I am still trapped in glamours of opulent life, happy days with my parents as a princess, and my most adventurous honeysuckle days with your father. flying in the interplanetary sky in that $1 trillion will-driven airplane still haunts my dreams, my mind laments. Could you tell something so I be detached from all those and be able to meditate? Kapil Devji said, Mother, venerable mother, mass of cloud scattered by the stroke of storm is unable to know the enormous power of the wind god. So also a soul fallen in the troublesome recycling process of repeated birth, death, and constant change cannot understand the invincible power of providence. Providence arranges for you a matchless good look, a royal pleasures, elegance, and dignity, drawing out contents from the store of your noble deed-born merits. As soon as it is finished, or you cash it down for higher purpose, as in your case for enlightenment, you just lend down to the ground. Same law applies all people throughout the world. Every creature finds delight, whatever country and a specific life Providence dumps him into. He has no ability to demand or reward for the better one. Even he is born in slum, primitive among hogs, or allied, majestic British royal family, projecting his I meanness with a Providence dumped body, husband or wife, house, a stupid-looking face, harsh tone, ugly limbs, or exceedingly charming appearance, an enormous wealth and relation. He or she just feels blessed, my dear mom. May it be all hellish situations. May it be all like Charles and Diana. Okay. It appears heavenly. It is also hell going on there inside. One falls in love with a yellow-teethed, red-haired woman who laughs like a hare, talks like a hit of a broken bamboo, and walks like a staggering and stumbling. Or there is a man in stinking blue jeans and cheap, aid, silk-screened T-shirt and Nike shoes, although educated, but of too low level of consciousness, trying somehow to fill up his empty life. If the couple is European or American brand, they are always menstruation or toilet contaminated, because they wipe and not wash up and change clothes according to yogic procedure. It is because no yogi, no goddamn yogi teaches them at all. So they stay impure but looking neat and clean. Very efficient to use the latest technology and be luxurious, but piteously ignorant and good for nothing caliber, almost to serve or do some real advanced spiritual progress. They work too hard, and when they come to India, they waste their time and never able to decide to use their time in attaining worth they are coming to India. Okay, these spineless and bottomless, morally and spiritually illiterate, inefficient couples get married and make family and home and relations, and they deem themselves blessed, captivated by the charms of lewdness casted upon him by new girlfriends. He or she is immersed in hallucinations. Every gesture and advances lead to an introduction to a foreplay. Soon they are aged. Now comes another wave of joy of illusion. Okay. Lisping, gargling and crawling infant there, that is. Soon they are burning all over with anxiety to maintain them. In this process, he commits many offenses to the nature and to the cosmic existence. As big offenses or sins pile up, so much the vision is obscured and distorted, my dear mom, okay? There is no certainty when their marriage will collapse and they will be separated. While being together, both work hard all day, 5 days a week, leaving babies to babysitter or school, and now is divorced. In the process of survival, people become diplomatic. All their so-called happiness is a change in the way of suffering and nothing else. Just a change of shoulders, carrying a corpse of life. Word wealth is a perverted form of Sanskrit word earth, earth. It originates from the root re, which means that which goes away. Wealth, this earth, is such which every family man seeking joy and betterment strives for. He places his honesty, good conduct, peace, religion on its altar of slaughter. Okay? Even when he obtains his millions of dollars, the situation is dhanam nayato vayameva yata bhogana bhukta vayameva bhukta and trishnana jirna vayameva jirna. Not I enjoyed the wealth, but wealth has grabbed and consumed me. Not I enjoyed glamours of the world, but they have enjoyed me. Not my sensuality, not my thirst to enjoy became old and reduced, but I myself have turned old, useless, grey-haired, wrinkled, partially mentally retarded, unable to support family, and discarded I am feeling, and insulted just like an old bull by miserly farmers. If it is Western countries, you are dumped in old man's home. If it is India, you are submitted into a vanaprastha ashram, or stay home enjoying disrespects, being insulted. If you are cared, it's not for you, but for your bank balance. You are reduced to a wretched plight. With serious anxiety, you heave deep sighs. Now body is attacked by diseases, indigestion, and dyspepsia, and cough, and backache, and you are confined to a room awaiting death. Then one day your lungs get choked with phlegm, breathing becomes difficult, death rattles. Death rattle is heard from throat. Okay? Surrounded by crying, helpless relatives in hospital, your life breath discovering an exit makes its way, shooting out your eyeballs, turning your body look more dreadful, and you are dead. Mother said, my son, do not scare me up. I know you are very naughty. I just want to have dispassion enough so I can meditate deep enough to transcend the phenomenal love. So tell me that story, okay? What happens after death? My mom, I am stating the fact. Believe me, this is how people will be, and you will be getting dispassion, my dear mom. This is the way to get dispassion. Then clothing his soul in aerial body, which does not perish even in intense tortures, till the soul has fully served the sentence. Okay, binding the soul with a noose about the neck, they drag him 792,000 miles in 3 hours. Under the instructions of Yama, his karmic accounts are considered, and he is forced to various kinds of severe punishments. After the pressure of his offenses or sins are reduced, his, his his evil deeds and virtues are again calculated, and his soul is encased in various hellish life forms until he regains human body. Mother asked, but son, the body which commits sin or offenses dies and is left here, left on the earth. Why do they torture that which was not involved? Kapil Devi said, no mom, that's not so. Body is just an instrument. That which used the body to mess up, that is punished. Okay? That is inside the body. And that still remains when body is perished. So that one is God. Okay? They are not foolish. And they can never goof about. Okay? Mother said, but you said soul is encased in aerial body and they carry him away. Soul is pure. Kapil Devi said, I am sorry, mom. With soul there is causal and astral bodies along with pranic, mental and vijnanamaya sheaths. This complete set is encaged in various bodies, my dear mom. Mother asked, why so much suffering in hell, son, or in hellish species? Isn't it so inhuman to put others in the tortures? Kapil Devi said, my mom, these are sterilization chambers. In order to remove dross from gold, the only quick way is to put it in the fire and wash with hot water. So also are these hellish situations. In the book Siddhartha, Hermann Hesse writes, naughty son of Siddhartha rewards and opposes everything good his father teaches, and claims he would better enjoy the pains of hell rather than going through these so-called righteous conducts. Okay. Similar mentality is everywhere, mom. People go do wrong, and when they do not get guilty conscious and corrected for too long, it becomes their second nature. They act shamelessly. As soon as they get power, they force their way upon the other. This is how the terrorists are born. All the latest technologies and ways of civilization are put to support them. This is how Hitler, Mussolini, Stalin, Genghis Khan and Gori and Babur are born, bringing colossal destruction and great loss and damage for dozens of generations to come. For all these misguided people, how to help? These hells are nothing but correction centers, mother. This is how to help them. They have chosen them, and there is no other way left except this, to clean them up. Mother asked, son, what is the definition of death and birth? Kapil Dev said, Tannirodhosya marana mavirbhavastu sambhavaha. Withdrawal of causal and astral bodies encased soul from the physical body is death. This is the death, mother. Essence of soul, no entrance of soul capsuled into causal and astral bodies, into the physical body is birth. Okay. Entrance of soul capsuled into causal and astral bodies, into the physical body is birth. That is it, mom. Okay. Therefore, one should not get frightened of death. Don't be a coward. Don't get complex. Soul is not the name for this body. The soul must be understood properly. Then an uninvolvement or dispassion is obvious. Mother asked, "Okay, son, I am sad. Please tell me how people are born." Kapil Dev said, "By the force of vibrations of one's former actions, directed by the providence, the soul enters the womb of the lady through somebody's semen with whom he has some debt to be paid off. During the orgasm, semen and ovum ejaculate and combine together. In 5 nights, it is rounded into a bubble. In 10 days, it is hardened into shape of plum, then egg. In 1 month, the head is formed. In 2 months, hands, feet, and other limbs take place. In 3 months, bones, skin, eyes, nose, ears, mouth are formed. By the 4th month, the blood, flesh, and fat and marrow and delicate bones and semen are formed. By 5th month, hunger, thirst come upon him or her. By 6th month, fetus begins to move in the right side of the abdomen or in the left if the baby is girl. It receives nutrition from his mom. At the same time, suffers by hot, acid, salt, or sharp items of food the mom eats. It also gets bitten by worms around there, enclosed by amnion and covered outside by intestines. It stays laying by abdomen with its head turned towards the belly, with its back and neck arched like a bow, mother. That is how it happens. In 10th month, this fetus is open to its memories of hundreds of former lives and sinful acts done and feels suffocated. Then he prays God, fallen into a sink of blood scorched by gastric heat, with stink of next door storage of urine and feces inside another body. Oh Lord, when would you kindly free me from this confinement? Lord mine, oh be pleased by your own benevolence. All I can do now, joining my palms in gratitude for your obligation. I am afraid too in getting out because your illusory energy takes over with false notion of I my meanness, I my you-ness. So I assume you, O Lord, having installed your lotus feet in my heart, singing your glories aloud, I will redeem myself, so this calamity not fall on me again. The prayer is responded soon. Suddenly he is pushed upside down, downward by inner current of air, and he falls in the world having lost his memory and wisdom in the pool of blood and filth, and begin tossing like another big worm. He cries out, nurse runs down and cleanses it off. Then here comes rejoicing father and kinsman. He is nourished by people who do not know the mind of another. Then a long pattern of misguided lifestyle is induced at him. He is or she is trained, hypnotized, converted into a way of acting, talking, thinking, which lead to another ocean of suffering, to decondition which it takes long efforts and time. But no way out now. You are being trained into all the necessary evils, all diplomatic thoughts and ideas of a social norm. He acquires high education. heroic gestures, occupational expertise, home, wealth, fame, wife, children, all those preordained by fate, yet considers he obtained them all, and so he wants big rock of ego, like one who goes to the battlefield where all are already slain. He does ritual of killing the corpses and winning again, and he declares himself victorious. Tayam manyate patim muhan manmayam shavaidim Sritam Nridangada Brahmdo Vindamanya Griham Bradam Tamadmano Vijaniyat Patya Patya Grihatmanam Daivo Basadidam Vidyum Mrigayor Gayanam Yatha. If you are a woman, your woman form is a result of a passionately clinging at some woman in former life. Okay? Same way, a man is a former woman who lusted for some man in the past. Also, there will be exceptions. This vicious circle of exchanging forms over and over may go on for millions of years until and unless you learn to look at man, husband, children, home, all as illusion, as Maya, a product of illusory energy of the Lord, exactly as the song of the hunter. So do not be a deer to be trapped in, please. Moving from one species, one continent, one planet to another with psychophysical organism, means 5 elements, 5 organs of action and 5 organs of perception, and the mind, these. The soul journeys on and on, cutting the course of his own actions, at the same time performing new ones, paving the highway for future birth, realizing this, relegate this body to this illusory world through reason born of right vision. Then the dispassion comes to its own accord. Dear mom, this is how to obtain dispassion, the vairagya. And Devhutiji asked, son, you depicted the possibility of low-class, evil-minded people. What about noble men and gentle ladies who are 100 miles away from the sin? Tell me their attainments after death. Kapil Devji said, dear mom, there are 2 kinds of fortunate people. Those who perform meritorious deeds such as offering donations, feasting wise men in a holy place on a sacred days, constructions of meditation centers, temples, rest areas, waterworks, performance of yajnas and pujas, and study of scriptures, inquiries into higher wisdom, and distribution of Vedic knowledge. Many people do it to gain higher pleasures in the paradise, opulent life in next birth, or fulfillment of most wanted impossible desire. Second type of fortunate persons perform these same meritorious noble deeds, yet have no desire of any kind. They may have several intentions, such as for purification of heart screen, for reflecting true understanding, or pastimes of God, or second Bhagavad Pritya, for the ever-increasing blissful love of God. Third one is just acting, expecting nothing, wanting nothing, doing nothing, just existing. And out of their way of natural existence, these noble deeds spontaneously flow on their own accord, effortlessly, like reflex action. Mom, like just reflex action. Have you seen that? They are not done, but happen. These happenings are like waves of bliss consciousness upon which they are established firmly. The first fortunate is likely to be an ambitious tycoon. Regular tycoon soon turns pauper, and slum area dwellers, as soon as his he or she spends out the joy-producing fruit of his merits. But ambitious tycoons who are fascinated by compelling desires to do dharma after death, they are provided a luminous body and a shining, well-driven airplane as well, with which they enjoy superior pleasures in heavenly regions, higher planets, celestial planets. Their spaceship enters celestial universe through the highway of lunar planet. When the fruit of his merits are consumed, he is born on the earth where he inherits again great wealth and intelligence. So he goes on rounding about back and forth, physical to celestial and celestial to physical. And fortunate number two after death is provided with illuminating handsome body with well-driven celestial spaceship, and he or she travels through solar universes. Then he or she travels to Maharlok, Janlok, Taplok. He or she is invited warmly to reside anywhere for as long as he or she would like and enjoy super celestial and transcendental joys. If he prefers Brahmaloka, his opulence is indescribable. He has one day equal to our 4 billion years. He lives 100 trillion years. This is the path of gradual enlightenment, mother. Okay. Fortunate number 3 also receives divine body and dazzling will-driven airplane. He moves through planets, sun, and journeys all celestial universes, even beyond Brahmalok. He lovingly refuses all invitations and enters into vast transcendent reality. Jnana matram param brahma paramatmeshvara puman dishyadevi pratak bhave bhagavane kayate. One vast absolute bliss consciousness is appearing aside in the seer, my dear mom. These extrovert senses are making all these scenes. One single rose flower and nose tells it is a fragrance. Eyes tell it is a red color. Hands say it is a softness, a fragility, a delicacy. Tongue tells it is a sweetness, and ears inform it is a peculiar music. In fact, rose is just one. Because of senses, all varieties and difference appears, mother. Exactly the same way, absolute truth is one. Because of devotion, it appears as God. Because of Vyasa, it appears Purnamada Purnamidam. And because of Buddha, it appears as eternal emptiness. Okay, Sarvam Shunyam Shunyam. And because of Shankaracharya, it is fullness, perfection, the Brahma. And because of Ramanujacharya, this is Lakshmi Narayan. And because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is Sri Radha Krishna. And because of Swami Narayan, this is Akshara Brahma. And because of Sartara or J. Krishnamurti, it is nothingness, cosmic void. Just absolute nothingness. And because of Lao Tzu, it is Tao, the never-changing Tao. And wow, okay, now, mother, it is your turn to discover your finest apex. If you have ability to explore spontaneously, systematically, and arrive at the sweetest, loveliest, and brand new experience, and formulate a system, then you can become a founder of your own religion. It is accepted by the Vedas. If you do not dare, cannot have that much courage, then just follow anyone which you like, the most intimate one, okay? Jnana yogascha mannishto nirgunyo bhakti lakshana Dayorapyekaivartho bhagavat shabda lakshana. Dear mother, yoga of understanding and yoga of love, jnana yoga and bhakti yoga are one and the same. If you are headstrong, it is Advait which will suit you. If you are love strong, Achinta Veda Bhed. If your heart is baby love strong, okay, then Shuddha Advait, baby love strong. Remember this. Then your way is Shuddha Advait. If you are Puritan splendor devotion is strong, Vishishtha Dvait. And if you are Emerson, Thoreau, Berkeley-based view, then existentialism would be closest indication to the Supreme Almighty, okay, the Supreme Reality. All apparent differences are just conceptual and not existential, Mother. These differences are due to not being enough educated and mature. Therefore, it is not necessary for Catholics and Protestants and Shia and Sunni and Vaishnavas and Shaktas and Christians and Buddhists and Muslims and Hindus and Jews and atheists and theists to wrestle and boxing and slugging each others. These immature kids must learn Bhagavatam and resolve their malices. But not all are qualified, Mom. What to do? Rishi Jaimini expounded the texts of Dharma Sutra, the telegraphic sentences on the formulas of tapping the invincible power of nature to speed up one's progress and success. His disciples asked him, Holy Sire, who is the proper recipient? Jaimini replied, Arthi samartho vidwan shastrena aparyudastaha. Right successor of this wisdom is not him who wants to get it. There are great intellectuals, judges, and admirals, ambassadors, attorneys, writers, poets, lovers, artists, and actors, and heroes and heroines, and doctors and professors and tycoons and scientists. There is no doubt about their gifted brains, but they have no desire for God realization. Even there are yoga teachers and Bhagavad orators, but no willingness for God's love, okay? There are many who have desire for God but have no intelligence. So Jaimini says, for dharma, you got to be enormously rich, well-informed, genius of scriptures, plus you must not be one outcasted by the scriptures, because the methods are too expensive. While offering oblations in fire or giving charity, you must not be repenting, oh, too much money is being spent away, okay? So, then, okay, if you don't repent like this, then only it works wonders. Same way, spirituality is not for double-faced hypocrite or greedy and those opinionated householders who don't want to make time and place for meditation in their life. Then for whom is this wisdom, dear son? Tell me. And Kapil Devji said, Saddhadhanaya Vangdaya Vinitaya Nasuyave Bhuteshu Krita Mahedraya Shusrusha Virataya Ja. One who is willing to learn and one who is willing to turn his heart into a capital of Sat. Such a person is called Shraddhadhan. Srat means Satya. One who regards the words of the Vedas, Puranas, Itihasas as facts and have proper planning to experience them, okay? One who is humble, who does not seek evil in others' noble conduct, who makes friendship soon, who never hesitates to serve and help others. He or she must also be dispassionate, have dispassion, okay? Such a person is qualified for this wisdom. One ought to give him, okay? The Lord Kapil lifted his head up and looked up and asked, Mom, how are you now? Mother Dehuti felt the well of her ignorance was torn asunder. She bowed to him, and with tear-filled eyes, folded palms, she said, "Wow, what a wonder it is that I held you in my womb, upon whose form the whole universe appears, expands, and submerges. Oh, the wisdom of ambrosial wisdom, my son! You just made me enlightened. You redeemed me and made me sovereign empress of the whole universe for eternity. Your name, your body, your glances are so serenity inundating that even a dog-eater savage ascends to Brahmanic exaltation just by falling in mad love with you, shouting aloud your holy name, falling at your feet, or thinking of you. Oh, how glorious! Just screaming up your holy name on top of his voice. Even Americans, Europeans, Arabians, and Chinese, and all, and Africans, and Aborigines all become highly venerable, as if they have done all the penances and feasted opulently the sacred fire, and as it bathed in all holy river, and as it recited all the Vedas. My dear son, this is how great they become just by shouting aloud your name in the form of my son. Oh, 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 the statue of oceanic peace, you are the Lord Almighty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I bow down to you. Then, full of filial affection, in a faltering accent, young Lord Kapilji spoke, "Oh, my venerable mother, blessed indeed you are attained then enlightenment, listening to me just as easy as a sip of Pragya Chai of Gayatri Mission. Please stay here and wait until your enlightenment is matured. Now this path of Bhakti Yoga is inaugurated. Following it, anyone can attain the goal of life. Now kindly, please, mother, permit me to proceed to the jungle." Maitreji said, "Dear Vidurji, next morning the airplane was decorated gorgeously with all aircraft attendants and maids. Mother gave her son a heartfelt farewell, among their countenance smiling but streaming tears, my dear. They watched him going away, going away and away, beyond the bush, beyond the horizon. Mother kept looking, kept gazing and gazing and gazing that direction with all attendance until he became invisible into the distant horizon. Then, after the mother returned, that the entire airplane felt empty. She sank in the agony of torments of separation. This golden flying palace, which had thrilled her in her teenage when she saw it first, is now a witness of her honeysuckle days of the bygone past. Without that angelic son of her, and without that celestial husband, whole world felt vacant, hollow, miserable. She dismissed it, and the airplane disappeared into the thin air. She came to her former hermitage, which stood like a diadem of flowers on the head of Saraswati river, and started meditating. She became lean and thin, and her meditation continued on and on and on. She meditated in the morning, She meditated in the noon and then in the evening and then late night and then again and again and again, and it became ever and ever. Her Her curly locks turned brown and matted due to her dips thrice in the Saraswati river every day. Cooing pairs of birds would awaken her, and monkeys with cows serve her. They call her mother, mother, mother. She has become the mother of the whole universe. She had desolate face in the remembrance of her far-gone son. Shukdevji Maharaj describes, Tameva dhyayati deva apatyam kapilam harim babhuva virto vatsa nispriha tadrishe grihe ध्यायति भगवद्रूपं यदा ध्यानगोचरो सुतः प्रसन्नवदनो समस्तव्यस्तचिन्तया. Although with aching heart she meditated on the serene, compassion-filled face of her son, her guru, then, as he had taught her, she practiced dawn, small and cosmic form of the Lord, from dawn to up, and from up to down as whole and in part. Then what happened? Brahmanyavadidamadir bhagavathyatma sansaye nivritta jiva pattitvat chinakeshapta nirvrati nitya. And then what happened? Nityarunasamadhindvad maravrinda gunabhraya na sasmaradatmanam swapne drishtamyottita. My dear friend, Jivapatti means Jiva Bhavapan. That means this self is not the soul really, but by hypnotic spell just becomes soulized. This soulization of the self is due to psychological projection. This condition is due to backing out from God. ISKCON releases a magazine Back to Godhead. It is only from backed out from Godhead to back to Godhead. Because unless you have backed out, how can you be back to Godhead, my dear? But it is considerable. Can Godhead really be left behind? Is He not in the front also? Is not He in the front since time immemorial, as well as in the back too, ceaselessly ever and ever? So what is the point in back to Godhead, other part of which is backed out from Godhead? Okay. Even if we backed out from God and turned atheist, heretic, Diderot, Epiro, or even Mao Zedong, or Karl Marx, or Stalin, or Lenin, or become haunting ghost in Tower of London or US White House, that Godhead is always in the back as well as in the front, in the left, in the right, up and down too, outside and inside too. So what is the point in backed out from Godhead, my dear friend? Is it that we have forgotten Him? But can He remove Himself from somewhere just because we have forgotten Him? No. Not recognizing Him is backing out. Pratyabhijna is back to Godhead. And what is Pratyabhijna? Is to realize this, it would require several lifetimes, even to the great gurus. The ISKCON and Vrindavan's Goswamis are big money-pulling Bhagavad Katha discoursers. of even Vrindavan, okay? Not recognizing is the product of colossal misunderstanding, and this caused by soulization of the self-consciousness, Jivapatti, my dear friend. But the practice of Lord Kapil expounded wisdom of Sankhya Yoga combined with Bhakti Yoga, all her 5 afflictions. For details, please look into my commentary on Yoga Sutra, my books, Jamendra Meditation, okay? These 5 afflictions were tinified, and perpetual absorption in the beauty of the Lord and His pastimes made her oblivious of her physical body. She remembered of it no more exactly as awakened person no longer remembers that he had become a butterfly in his dream, moving from one flower to another. Okay? तद्देह परतपुषोऽप्यकृशश्चाद्य सम्भवात् बभौ मलैरवच्छन्न सधूम इव पावकः स्वाङ्गं दमो योगमयम् मुग्धजेशम् गदाम्बरम् दैवगुप्तम् न बुबुधे वासुदेव प्रविष्टति. Her body was nourished by daughters of Vidyadhar. Then she stopped getting more thin like Mustaram Baba, my dear friend, who ate when devotees fed him with their own hands. Covered with sands, dust, her clothes fell off, hair scattered around. Yet Mother Devoti, being completely merged in the bliss of seeing Lord Vasudeva, she illuminated the jungle like burning fire with smoke, my dear. Her death, after her death, when her body fell, it began to flow as transparent, clean water-filled sweet river with perfuming flowers of lotuses of 4 kinds, my dear. This place became holy and powerful, my dear. I visited it and stayed there and took bath and thought of the sacred event. It is now known as Siddhapad near Udaipur and near Mount Abu. A great yogi Kapil walked northward down in the Bay of Bengal. The sea got rushed in his welcome, holding dazzling, precious tribute in a plate. He worshipped him with thrills and tears of love. He donated him a sweet, tiny, fragrant island where he still lives, invisible to the eyes of non-deserving people. He lives absorbed in deep meditation for the peace of the universe. Trayanam vilokanam upashante samahita. My dear friend, now comes to the juicy part of the business-minded people. There are many people who get no amber, no enthusiasm, no interest until and unless they are sure what they are going to get. So, you too don't go hopeless on empty palms, okay? Here is what advantage you get. The discourser and listener both attain what? Bhagavati Kritadhi Suparnaketa Upalabhate Bhagavat Padaravindam. You obtain your psychological clearance and rewarded with deep meditation. Here completes, my dear friend, the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, God's ambrosial embrace commentary on of Srimad Bhagavatam, my dear friend. Om 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 Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hidaya Jagadidaya Gridnaya Govindaya Namo